Anyone who knows me knows that I love the grape Grenache. It's one of my favorite red grapes grown in the world, and it's a Spanish import, but in this case, we're trying two dynamic wines from the southern Rhone Valley in the Rhone area of France. And I'm very excited to try the same producer's teauneuf-du-Pape versus the Côte du Rhône. I think you're gonna love both of these wines. One could be a really great opportunity to splurge and open a special occasion wine for your next dinner party, and trying that same wine side by side. It's an everyday wine, but it's drinking extraordinary. I recommend trying the Côte du Rhône first, and this particular example is Chateau Macoul. It's 2017 Côte du Rhône Village. So we're in the southern Rhone Valley, which is primarily where 95% of the wines from the Rhone Valley come from. And it's mostly red wine, but there is white and rosés produced in this area as well. Now this is a grape which is primarily Grenache, but it's also allowed to blend. What I love about Grenache, and specifically this example, is that it really has this explosive nose of ripe red fruit. The color is quite dark. It's a little bit pink at the edge, but there's a lot of viscosity and a lot of concentration, and you smell that as well. Just red fruit that's overripe and slightly underripe as well. There's some orange zest, a lot of intense herbs, like you can imagine you're in the Mediterranean and you have this garrigue, this local landscape which is rugged, and you smell some of those green herbs in the wine. As you take a sip, it's so concentrated and intense, but at the same time smooth, juicy, delicious red wine. It's medium to full-bodied with a lot of generous fruit, but the acidity is fresh and the tannins are soft, and it's a long lingering wine. So while we call this the everyday wine of the pack, it's definitely over delivering in quality and in mouthfeel, and in texture. So comparing two wines from the same region is really fun. This is the 2017 Chateau Macoul Chateauneuf-du-Pape. So it's the same producer, same vintage as the Côte du Rhône. And what's exciting about this is one of the first appellations or wine producing regions in France to be controlled. So this is a very historic area, Chateauneuf-du-Pape. It's one of the premier wine producing regions in the area. White and rosé and red wines are made here, but it's really the red that made this area so popular. So you feel the intensity and concentration on the nose and on the viscosity of this wine. That sun-kissed, overripe, dried, fig-like, raisinated fruit, but certainly it has a freshness and a tartness as well. The wine lingers so long and is really concentrated and has a ton of spice. This white pepper, black pepper, red pepper, a lot of garrigue, a lot of herbal qualities. Has a slight gamey note to it too, and a smoky, meaty, almost like a really good piece of gamey meat. Has also a really great texture and concentration and a mouthful that is intense, but at the same time super smooth. And long after you've swallowed, you're still tasting this wine. This is one of my favorite wines and one of my favorite packs. I hope you enjoy it. Tasting these two wines, the Côte du Rhône and the Chateauneuf-du-Pape from the Rhone Valley in the southern Rhone, makes me feel like I'm in the Mediterranean, in France, enjoying the sunshine and all of the aromas and herbs of this Mediterranean climate. I hope you enjoy this pack, and thank you for trusting in my selections at the weekly tasting. Cheers.